Hello everybody, this is Sia with Black Petal Gardening, and I have just gotten off work. I think, actually, I'm not sure what time it is. Yeah, it's just after 5:15, so it's been a very, very long week, and I am so glad it is over. But the reason I'm doing a video is I wanted to kind of take a look at the next area that we're going to make a project zone now that we've mostly gotten the garden expansion section together. But before I do that, I wanted to say thank you so much to our urban homestead. Chelsea, you're very, very kind in giving me a shout out on your channel and asking some of your followers and fans to check us out. It's very heartwarming that you're interested in new channels and small channels like mine. It's very, very tiny. And I really appreciate you taking the time, because if you absolutely didn't have to, but it's very much appreciated. And that thanks and appreciation goes to your fans who have also checked me out as well. So thank you guys both, and I'm absolutely going to be continuing to take a look at the videos that you're providing, because I love your energy. That's what I told you. I absolutely love your energy. And just as an FYI, if you see the smoke in the background, that is because it is a sunny day in early spring. So Scott is trying to do the barbecue. We're getting the barbecue up and running. So nothing's on fire. That shouldn't be, at least at this point. But we're gonna get into looking at the garden and the back 40 and seeing what is next for us. This is what we're working with. As you can see, when I call areas of my yard a mess, I am not sugarcoating, I am not being self-deprecating, I am not pretending that it's worse than it actually is. I have absolutely no illusions as to the state that things are in. That said, here's what I am thinking. So I have watched another gal's channel, and I think I may have mentioned it in a different video, and I think it's called Jay's Home Journal or Jay's Flower Journal. Suffice to say, she has this beautiful cottage garden kind of like border thing that she made, and if there is a way that I can get a similar look and feel in this area and potentially in some of these other overgrown areas, that is what I would love to do. I don't know how feasible that's going to be. I do figure it's going to be a fair amount of work to get that look going here, but that's kind of the goal. So my thought is, for this entire area, we need to kind of weed whack the stuff that's growing down, because really nothing that's growing up that isn't a well-established plant, like well-established structural plant, so something that's taller. The hellebore would probably be the only exception to that. I mean, it is a little bit taller, but it doesn't have like that structure that I'm thinking of when I'm thinking, ooh, it's something architectural and gives lift to the area. So I want to take all of this, get it as close to down to the ground as possible, cover it with mulch, and then a layer of cardboard and newspaper, and then another layer of mulch. Well, that's kind of what she did to get her area, where she was putting her edging in. So I think that'll work. And I do realize that once we go that route, I won't be able to plant anything for probably 3 to 6 months while we wait for like the cardboard and everything to break down. But that's okay. This is going to be a long-term kind of project, I'm sure, and I want to make sure we do it right because look at this. If we can get this so that there's a little less chaos, if it's a little bit cleaner looking while still, having the opportunity for I don't know, a natural-esque garden. I mean, I'm not looking for the rigidity of a, proper English garden or, whatever, that everything is in its place and nothing is out of place, but I do want to add just a touch of, I don't know, just a touch of something to make this feel just a little less unruly and more intentional. So that's my thought. And then hopefully that would give me time so that about the time that things have broken down enough for me to be able to plant, then I could put, bulbs in for the fall so that they'll be coming up in the spring, and hopefully have some ideas on how I can bring, pops of color in little clumps around, but not have it, very regimented. I I have to be careful because I don't want to just do line, 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 line or anything like that. I want it to be a little bit loose and free, but just not with all the weeds that we see now. So that is my goal for this section. And I picked this because it feels like, of the areas that we do need to, deal with, it has the most kind of defined area already. So it should be relatively easy to keep the project compact and make sure that there isn't a lot of scope creep or anything like that. At least in my mind, that's what it's feeling like. Obviously, on the ground, once we start to get going, it may be a whole different ball game. That's the goal. That's project number, I don't know, 3, 4 for this year. We still do have plans to tackle this mess somehow. Honestly, I really don't know where to start with it because it is just so overwhelming. I know in my mind, just pick a place and get going because it's not going to get any better. It's only going to get worse, but it's still. But anyway, I just wanted to put together just a little bit of a heads up, I guess, or kind of pseudo planning session on where I'm going to be putting some of my time and attention next. Like I said, we did get most of the let's see if we can get a good shot here of the garden bed expansion done. We still do need to take down the old garden beds, which are over there, and use that wood to give a finished look to this with some making them into borders. We still need to level that out once we do it and then decide what we're going to do with that area. That's going to be an ongoing project throughout this growing season. I do obviously still have the garden to take up some of the free time that I have, and we are just getting started with that. So whatever other spare time that I have left that I'm not using to enjoy, the sun and weather once it gets nice, to go take some of our little trips and do some travel tidbits for everybody, I think will be spent here and somewhere in that mess over there. But yeah. All right. Well, again, thank you so much to Chelsea at Our Urban Homestead. I'm so blessed that you thought of me and you were willing to take time out of your life to bring us up. So thank you. And to everybody or anybody that's watching, if you do enjoy the content, please consider giving us a like. If you have thoughts, suggestions, ideas on ways that we can tackle some of these hideous things in our back 40 of our lot, we are 100% open to hearing about those because we want to work smarter, not harder. And if you are interested in kind of watching that transformational journey, whether it's the landscaping piece or the gardening stuff, please consider subscribing because we'd love to have you come along. All right. Well, as I said, I just recently got off work and I am incredibly hungry. So it is time to say goodbye. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Bye bye.